Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania, just a stone's throw from State College for the Bellefonte Cruise. This thing's like 35, 38 years old, I don't even know. Beautiful little town, fabulous day, and a lot of great cars. What do you say we get around and check them out?
Thank you guys for being here.
Dion, how you doing, man?
Great, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Fabulous day, nice town, great car show.
Can't ask for much more.
No, really, it's a trifecta there, right?
Yes,
One,
sir.
two, three. And Bellefonte is such a nice little town.
It is. I mean, I take it for granted living here for my whole life. The buildings are just beautiful. The cars are beautiful. Couldn't ask for better.
Yeah, I mean, you're what, stone's throw from State College, so Penn State.
Yes.
And these buildings date from the late 1800s and mid 1800s, and architecture is just gorgeous.
You got all sorts of Victorian mansions. You got
Yeah.
the stuff from the early 1900s. Just everything is still standing. So.
Yeah, and what a nice setting for a car show.
Yes.
I will say, you want to have a good parking break around here, because I mean, the hills are ridiculous.
Yes. Bellefonte is built on every hill we can find.
and you picked the levelest spots possible for the car show, and they're still pretty hilly.
Yes.
But this, I guess Bellefonte has a history of cruising that dates back to the 60s even.
Yes.
But they shut that down, as most places did. They said, enough of this. But you started this event, the Bellefonte Cruise, when?
Started it 36 years ago. It was the year after they outlawed cruising. My father was one of the guys who actually rode the block back then. It was similar to American Graffiti, where everyone was just flapping the block, circles all night long. And they actually had to make a town ordinance against cruising because you could not drive through town.
Yeah, you couldn't get anything done, right?
So the year after they stopped that, they started up the show here, and we've been growing ever since.
Well, I got to say, I mean, that's great. The history of it's great. That history's longer than you are. You're not a very old guy. How old are you?
26.
26. Okay, this is kind of a rare situation that you're spokesing for this show. You're involved in the show, and you're a young guy. You've been a car guy all your life,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Obviously. So, but what's the connection?
It all started, I was real little. My dad and I started restoring a Mustang, and then I got invited to all the different things that we had going on with car events because of all of his friends. And it just spread like a weed, and here I am. I mean,
Are you kind of a lone wolf here? You got other young guys that are coming in?
We are getting a few younger ones. A lot of them are my dad's age, but we're trying to get the youth coming in, and I'm usually the person they attract to. So they see me and they're like, oh, there's a younger kid doing it.
You look like me, right? I can relate to you.
Right.
So how many cars do you think you have here today?
We're probably pushing 500 now, and we still have another 2 hours of registration,
Wow.
so who knows?
Where are they coming from?
We're actually getting them even from out of state now.
Oh, really?
We got
Wow.
some calls. We're getting some from Virginia, from New York, Maryland, and they're just coming out of the woodwork. Ohio, New Jersey. This is the first year we've ever reached out that far, but for sure we're getting cars from all over the state. We've always done that.
But people responded.
Oh yes, this we
Build it,
put
they
out
will
the call.
come, right?
Yes, we put out the call and everybody showed up. So.
Man, they should. And again, we had a cruise last night, which was really nice. Watching that cruise, and we got some footage of it, and it was fun to hang around. But I got the vibe of what it was like, back in the 60s, and I see why this was, kind of a cruise mecca.
And we even have some of the original cars that used to cruise back then. Some of the documented Bellefonte cars, we've got a whole lineup of them here that have special parking.
Oh, cool.
And they're some of the nicest cars around. So.
Well, man, you got a great show. I think it's wonderful that you're involved in this.
This is all his fault.
We got to keep that going.
Right.
But what do you say we look at a few cars?
Let's go take a
Let's
look.
do it, man.
All right.
Well, Dan, I was here for the cruise last night, actually, and I saw this, and went, wow, a Hudson pickup. My gosh, you don't see many of those, and they're stunningly beautiful. I mean, it's like, I'm a Studebaker guy, and I think Studi made great looking pickups.
Oh, absolutely.
Happy looking, but this is like sleek. They're just beautiful. When I was looking at it, I'm going, I think it's been massaged a little bit here and there. We'll probably get to that because it's a little different. But man, is this beautiful. I love everything about it, but one of the things that caught my eye was the subtle two-tone on it. what are the colors? I mean, what's the?
I actually have the color code written down, but they're from Packard. It's from a 46 Packard.
Oh, really?
They're 46 Packard.
They're both Packard colors.
Both Packard colors.
Wow. So like up front here, this is all stock?
Yes.
Like that
There's
elaborate?
nothing, everything is all Hudson on the very front.
And I gotta say that this is in magnificent shape, because those are usually cracked and crazed, and I wonder where they found that. I mean,
The car came from Idaho.
oh, well, so it'd be solid for
yeah.
one thing. So how long have you had it?
I've had it for 3 years.
Man, I mean, this has got to get looks anywhere it goes.
It does very well. It's been a show winner wherever I've been. It's always on a photo shoot. Because nobody knows what it is.
Well, that's right. That's right. And like, were you looking for one, or did you stumble upon it?
A friend of mine saw this in an ad, and he flew out to Idaho, bought it, and drove it back to here, to State College. And he and I have been friends for a long time. And I had a 65 Corvette that he kind of liked, and I wanted to get a truck. And I said to him, I said, hey,
what do you say?
I want to add. I got a fast car. I want a fun convertible, and I want a truck. This is the truck.
Wow. I mean, again, there's nothing that looks like this. It's such an elegant truck. An elegant truck. Those don't go together usually. But
I'm one of these guys that likes to not be able to see himself going down the road.
Well,
I'm the only one in this.
You're the only kid on the block that has one of these, I'll guarantee
That's
you.
what I wanted.
So, like I say, when I saw it, I mean, clearly a Hudson pickup. What do we say, 47?
47.
And they only made them a couple of years, I believe.
46 and 47, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I could have that wrong.
But I know it was very limited.
It was, yeah.
And when I saw it, it looked chopped, number one. Is it?
Right, 3 inches chopped and 7 inches stretched.
Where do they stretch it?
In the roof, they put a 2-door Hudson roof in it and a 2-door Hudson doors.
So this is the whole roof is replaced.
The whole roof is replaced.
Okay, and that's how they got the length without having to, because there's actually, I mean, I love this peak.
Yeah.
And it actually carries a ways back too, doesn't it?
Well, the roof was basically the same roof. They just cut the back part off.
Yeah, that would be hard to extend that roof. The way to do it is just put another one on there.
That's what they did. And the bodywork is done very well back here and looks very natural.
It sure does. And so they didn't have to mod the outside of the door because it's a sedan door.
Right.
But I'm sure they had to do something on the inside. Can I open it up?
Sure.
So, trim-wise, it would have been extended.
They actually added a piece to both of these, and made that when they cut the door down, they dropped them 3 inches. So they had to modify that, stretched in. This is the original trim, so it had to be made to fit. And this guy was a street rod builder out in Idaho, and he's building it for himself.
Well, I tell you, it's all hand wood grain, two-tone hand wood grained, right?
Yes.
And the interior is gorgeous.
That was my idea, yeah.
Oh, so you put the interior in?
The interior I had done, yes. Yeah, guys, actually local guys from locally from McAllisterville. Yeah, Dressler's Upholstery. We sat down and had a couple meetings, and I picked out the leathers and told them what I thought and what I wanted, and then they decided to emboss Hudson in the bottom of the door on both sides.
Oh my goodness, that is subtle.
It is. And then
the colors.
The fenders.
Yeah.
If you look at the door, the armrest, he took the design from the fenders and made the armrest.
I see it. Turn
them upside down.
I mean, the colors are fantastic. And it looks really comfy. What are the seats out of?
They're out of a Hyundai Tiburon.
Really?
Street rod guys recommend these because they're so comfortable, and they're all manually adjusted. You have lumbar, you have height, you have everything, and there's no power. You have to throw in front of power.
You can. It's manually.
Everything's manual. Yeah.
And they look kind of narrow, which would be another advantage because a lot of times you have to cut these seats down.
They fit well. They're stock seats. They're absolutely stock. They added another half an inch of foam when they did the pleating.
Man, it looks really comfy.
You go down the road, can I say 80 mile an hour? Anyway, it drives at 80 mile an hour like it's nothing. It does a really good job.
Oh, it's just beautiful. The bed looks long to me, but these were long beds.
This is a long bed version. They had a long bed and a short bed. This is a long bed version.
So that was the factory bed.
It is a factory bed.
And the fenders look a little different to me.
Fenders are from a car.
Okay, so they're a Hudson fender.
Hudson car. That's why it's got the trim on the front and the rear to match, because the truck didn't have this trim. The truck normally did not have these 3 pieces.
But there's no other mod to the box.
No, the box is stock other than the outside fenders.
Golly, it's just, I mean, And then back here, oh, now those look like Pontiac taillights.
It does have 67 Pontiac taillights in it, and it's got the rolled pan, the dual exhausts. It's kind of a mishmash of parts. It's got a 53 DeSoto dash in it.
Oh, is that what that was?
That's what the dash is.
Okay.
It's out of 53 DeSoto. Yeah, that's the only part that's other than the Pontiac parts. Everything else is
Hudson.
pretty much except the powertrain. The powertrain is a 95 Camaro LT1.
Well, let's go look at that, because I
We can do
didn't
that.
think you were. If you're doing 80, you weren't doing that with a Hudson
No.
powertrain.
No.
Wow, and that's the way a Hudson hood opened, right?
Yes.
Holy cow, that looks nice.
Thank you.
So the builder out in Idaho did all of this work, right?
Yeah, I did some changing. He had the Caprice air filter on it and had the big air chamber on it and the stock intake, and we just put a high flow air intake on it just so it got a little more air. But everything else is pretty much the way it was when I got it. It's I just clean. I'm a good cleaner.
You are. it fits well. I'm surprised how well it fits.
There's lots of room in there for it. It works really well. But it says 95 Camaro LT1, automatic overdrive, and it has a Ford 9-inch rear.
Wow. So it will go down the road just fine.
It does just fine.
And how about the suspension and everything? Is it all kind of updated?
Suspension's been upgraded. The front cradle is from an 84 El Camino.
Oh,
so
wow.
we pick up the disc brakes and everything from there. So,
Man, I mean, this guy did some serious.
Oh, he did. I mean, it was a major work. I mean, he was a street rod builder. So, and he was building this one for himself.
Wow, yeah, that's the one you always want.
Oh, yeah.
Get the one they built for themselves. Oh man, I love this. Now, you're from this neck of the woods, eh?
I've been from Center County all my life.
All your life.
Yep.
And this cruise has been going on forever.
A long time, since the early 80s, I believe. I
For
helped with the first
show.
couple. Yeah.
Just cruising was a big deal back in the day, 60s, 70s. It was like happening here.
I was a teenager here back in the late 60s, and you were on a Friday night and Saturday night.
This was it.
You went around the block. Yeah.
Close this baby back up. The lines are so nice. I just really love this thing. And those are even the stock springs, I think,
Yes.
aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Golly.
Yeah, it just goes down there and
You give it a little push.
give it a little
nudge.
push and
Holy
put it in
cow.
place, and then,
And you lock it down so you don't forget it, right?
yeah, this one.
But you know, that's the good thing about Ford. Ford called this the safety hood
Yeah.
because it went up that way and it couldn't pop up by itself.
And there's the vent. It works.
Well, that's your cowl vent. That's nice. I like that. Well, I got to tell you, you got one fine truck here, Dan.
It's been a lot of fun. I enjoy driving it. You just get in and start it up and go.
Yeah, and
it
it's
just
a hit,
runs.
hit at every show, I'm sure.
Well, nobody knows what it is.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, it says what it is,
But they don't believe
but they
it.
don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
No, if it doesn't say Chevy or Ford on it, it's it is
Don't
what
know
it is. Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing it out. This thing's awesome.
Thank you very much.
47 Hudson pickup
Big
truck.
boy,
What was
yep.
the model? Big boy.
Big boy. Yep.
Wow, nice. Well, Larry, this is a car that I don't even remember.
No?
This is a 79 Plymouth Volare Roadrunner.
Yep.
So they were making Volares, that is
Yep.
Roadrunner name.
Yep.
Let's put some stripes on it,
Yep.
trick wheels on it, and poof, it's a Roadrunner, right?
Yep.
How many of these did they make? Because like I say, I don't know that I've ever seen one.
400.
400?
Yep.
That was it?
Yep.
Wow. You had this long?
5 years.
Okay. Well, why? I mean, why did you go after this?
Yeah, because when I got my first job out of high school, I bought one, except it was blue. And I met my wife in it, and we got married, and then kids came, and they don't fit in the back seat, so it had to go.
But
So-
was it a 79?
79, exactly like this, except blue.
Wow.
And it had 318.
Well, this is in an amazing shape. Is it restored?
It's been repainted.
It has?
Yep.
So are these paint or are they?
Yeah, they're stickers.
They're stickers. Can you get those?
Yeah, because I got an extra set just in case something
Just in
happens.
case, right? So somebody's making those. The whole
Yep,
stripe, the
yep.
Roadrunner lettering and everything.
Yep, there's a place in Arizona that makes them.
No kidding. I'm surprised because with so few made, how many of them can you sell?
I don't know.
Not your problem.
Yeah, no, I got an extra set. That's all.
That's all I know.
Yep.
That's all I care about.
Yep.
Well, I really do dig the wheels. They're almost, they almost remind me of Pontiac Snowflake.
Yeah, I think that's what they were going for, a little bit of the Smokey and the Bandit.
That's the vibe I get.
Yeah.
But those look like 13s or something.
No, the 14s.
Are they really? Boy, they look small.
14s.
Yes. And I mean, the Volares were. This was an interesting time
Yeah.
for performance and styling and everything.
Well, this was back in the oil embargo.
Sure.
and Gas was hard to get.
So how about the interior? This looks. I mean, it looks
This is
brand
all
new.
original.
The fabric, all this is the
All
original.
original.
Mine. How about the carpets? Them too.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
What
All
do you have?
original.
What do you have for miles?
20,000.
That's it.
Yep.
Well, no wonder it looks so good.
Yep.
Man, it has a kind of a late '70s dash, doesn't it?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, because when I got it, I had to remember how to tune the radio, and you remember you had to pull the button sag.
Oh yeah, you pull them out and you tune it to what you want.
Yeah,
you pull
and
the
then
button
push it
out and you
back in.
stick.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, man. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that forever. Wow. Now that wasn't the stock steering wheel, was
Yes, it
You're
is.
kidding? They put
That's-
that little thing?
Yep, that's Roadrunner.
Wow. Was that a collapsible column? It seems to me, I know Roadrunner was doing that early on. I don't know if that's it collapses if you hit it hard enough, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Wow. And the armrests were black. They were
Yep.
the counter color and a little bit of wood grain here.
Yep.
Jeez, I mean, this is incredible. Incredible shape.
Thank you.
And actually, the headliner's really good too.
Yep.
Jeez, this is really. And how about these window slats? Was that part of the Roadrunner package?
Yep, that's Roadrunner.
And these two?
That's aftermarket.
Oh, was it something that a lot of people did?
Yeah, well, yeah, like Smokey and the Bandit had
Smokey and the
them.
Bandit again. Yep.
Yep.
And this was factory. Your spoiler.
Yep, that's factory.
But boy, the back panel sure looks Volare, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
Volare.
does.
All I've ever been told was, don't wreck it because you can't get panels for it.
You'll
anymore.
never find. I bet you
Yep.
can't find those lenses either.
No.
That's kind of an interesting insignia in there because that almost feels Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
Plymouth did that for a while in the 70s.
there's a lot of design touches from other cars in this car.
Yeah.
So I mean, is it fun to drive? I mean, do you drive it much, or is it just a show car?
No, I try to drive as much as I can, but it's
It's a '79
it's
Plymouth.
quirky.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
What
quirky.
about it?
That carburetor, not used to carburetors anymore, so sometimes they don't like the idle real good. Yeah, but you get it going about 55 or 60, it'll glide along.
Really nice. Well, let's go see what moves it down the road.
Okay.
Oh wow, it's a Super 6.
Your Monster 6.
The monsters, the Slant 6, right?
Yep.
Wow. So what made it the Super 6?
Maybe 2 barrels.
2 barrels. Woo.
Yep.
You know, these are great engines, though. They run and
People
run and
tell
run.
me after they're done making fun of me for having a Slant 6 in it, they say you can't break them.
You can't.
They never blow up or anything.
Yeah, they're just really, really durable.
Yep.
But you got everything, power brakes, dual master cylinder, you got AC.
It's a pretty well optioned. Yeah.
It is. So any idea what these things went for new?
This one went for about $6,500.
No, you're kidding.
With all the options.
That was an expensive car in
Yeah.
'79, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. With the 6.
With the 6.
So with the 6. Huh. Are other people like me that went, I've never seen one of these.
Yeah,
so I can't remember.
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, everybody's taking pictures of it all the time.
Well, it's, it was a crazy era.
Yeah.
It was, kind of like I said before, kind of a dark time from a performance and a
Yeah,
styling
yeah.
standpoint. But when you find a car like this as a survivor, it really takes you back. It's like, oh yeah, it has its good points. It definitely has its good points.
Getting from point A to point B fast ain't one of them.
Ain't one of them.
But if you
Not
want,
with that.
if you want to cruise, it's right there.
Well, that's what Bellefonte was known for,
Yep.
apparently.
Yep.
And you're born and raised here, right?
Yep.
Do you date back to the days when they were cruising?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So I guess it was packed.
Yeah, you couldn't move.
You couldn't
Boy,
move.
were you here last
I
time?
was.
It was like that.
Because you couldn't move. That's
Yeah.
true. Well, go ahead and close this baby back up. I tell you, I really do dig it, and it's pretty unique, I must say. So,
Yeah, thank you.
yeah. No, thank you. Very
you.
great car. 79 Plymouth Volare Roadrunner. Man, that's a mouthful. Bill, I love this car. I saw you rolling in this morning. We had just gotten here, and you were coming on, I guess that's Spring Street? I think that's
Yes.
one of the, so you're coming by Spring, and, oh, look at this Packard. Well, it says Clipper. I think Packard is a Clipper. Clipper's a Packard. Doesn't say Packard anywhere. But it's definitely a Packard Clipper,
Yes.
but it only says Packard like one place, or two maybe, right?
On the exterior, on the trunk lid. and
That's it.
That's the only
And this is a
place.
1956 Clipper by Packard?
By Packard. That's the way they wanted to advertise it. But the customers and Packard dealers,
Didn't like
they
it.
wanted it to be called a Packard Clipper.
Well, yeah.
So guess what? The operator's manual says Packard Clipper. The registration cards in Harrisburg say Packard.
Clipper.
Yeah.
But the car says Clipper.
Yes.
And of course, you've got the hexagon hiding there
Yes.
inside the ship's wheels, so that's Packard. That's their,
Yes.
their geometric shape. I mean, and it's clearly a Packard. But when I was, and you were stopped at that light at High and Spring, and I'm looking at the thing, and I'm trying to see Packard somewhere on it, and you really have to look hard.
Let me confess something. I
Yes.
thought if I give you a little tube and you see this broad white stripe, you were going to see this at the car show. There's not going to be another one like it.
Well, definitely there's not going to be another one like it. So this is a 56, which was really the last year of real Packard, right?
That's correct.
And you have a long history with this car.
A long history.
Your dad bought it?
My dad bought it.
New?
2 years old.
2 years old.
When it was
Okay.
2 years old. So he bought it in 1958.
Uh-huh.
And I was 18 years old.
So it's in such beautiful shape. Has it done a full restoration or
Yes.
two?
Yes. Ross Miller, a Packard genius in Parkton, Maryland, did the full restoration in 2008, 9, and 10.
3-year restoration?
Three-year
Oh,
restoration.
and those are a bargain.
Yes, yes. Well, it cost a lot
It cost a lot of money.
as
yeah.
far as that went, but it was worth it.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and I imagine it's all been re-chromed and.
Well, yes, I sent the chrome. This is chrome.
Yeah.
This is stainless.
That's stainless, right?
I got to know the car very, very well during the restoration.
Yeah, really, because they send you pictures and bills. The pictures go along with the bills, it seems. Yeah, they did a great job, and it's straight as an arrow. Was there much rust in it after all that time? Or?
There was a lot of
Was
rust.
there really?
There was a lot of rust. These fenders came from Sandy Churco in Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, so these are.
These front fenders. The back fenders came from a Packard executive, which shared the same rear fenders from a California car.
Really?
Yes, there was a lot of rust. Ross Miller is a genius, and he's a crackerjack cutter and welder.
So you've got a few cars in this car.
Yes,
Did they use this hood ornament for anything else, or was this just the Clipper?
this is just the Clipper.
Because that's an interesting looking, the ball there.
And they put it on the 55 Clipper and the 56, and of course 56 was the end.
So this is it's a 4-door sedan, 4-door post car. Did they make a hardtop Clipper or not?
They did make a 2-door hardtop.
I would imagine they, completely redid the interior also.
I had it in factory correct interior.
Does that fabric still exist?
SMS.
SMS, yeah, that's
in
it.
Oregon.
Is that where it came from?
Yes, and the carpet is Daytona weave.
Uh-huh.
It's the factory correct carpet. Yes.
Very Packard dash, though. You can't really miss that. I mean, they may call it a Clipper, but that looks like a Packard to me.
Well,
in the
yes.
layout and everything.
Even the senior Packards, the more expensive Packards, they call a senior, called this a junior Packard.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And the center glove box is kind of cool.
Yes.
And it's, again, where does it say Packard? Almost nowhere. Clipper,
Do you want me to open the door and show you another place where it says
If there's
Packard?
another hidden spot?
Yeah. It says
Oh my God,
Body
body by Packard.
by Packard.
Wow.
Yeah. So I
Fit
guess
is beautiful. And I
think
see buttons. It's a electric window?
yes.
Wow.
And it had electric selector on the transmission, but when I had it restored, I had the
That was
conventional.
That electric pre-select or something? That was so weird.
The push button
Yeah,
selector.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So then, clipper here, and of course these are probably one of the most sought after taillights in the customizing world,
Yes.
and they're just beautiful. And this car, again, wears them really well. Beautiful rear bumper, a lot of chrome there, some dollars too. And again, I love the ship's wheel for the clipper.
Yeah, helmsman wheel.
Helmsman wheel, is that what it's
Yeah.
called?
Uh-huh.
And then you've got the Packard hexagon, but that does a trick, doesn't it?
Yes, you want me to show you?
I'd love to see that. So this is how you open it, right?
Uh-huh.
You turn that. Oh, and you even have period luggage.
That's
how
correct.
nice.
That's correct.
So is this lockable, or it was
It
just
is.
okay?
There's a separate key for that.
Is it hiding under the red thing, or?
Yes.
Oh, nice! It slides aside. Wow, that is subtle.
Yeah.
A nice, well for the wheel, and you did the trunk mats and everything. And
Yeah, this came from Susan Clearman, Patrician Industries in Dearborn, Michigan. I don't know if you've ever crossed paths with them. This was my wife's train case, by the way, and I added these
And
other
you found the
pieces
rest of them?
with the help from a friend at antique dealers.
Are they
'Cause it's
Samsonites?
period. They're all Samsonite. It's period correct.
classic. Well, close it up. I'm dying to see the Packard engine under the hood. What do you say we look at it? Oh wow. Okay, so I'm usually looking into a Packard and seeing a big long straight 8.
Yes.
This is a V8.
It's a V8. They developed it to put in the Clippers and the senior Packards in 1955. And 1956, they increased the bore a little bit.
What is the displacement?
352 cubic inch.
352.
And this only has a 2-barrel carburetor rated at 240 horsepower. Let's jump all the way to the top of the line. 1956 Caribbean convertible.
Yeah, beautiful car.
374 cubic inch, 2 4-barrel carburetors rated at 310 horsepower.
So this was kind of the entry-level Packard.
Yes,
I see. Interesting. Oil bath air cleaner.
yes,
Looks like you put air in it. You got vintage air
Yes.
going there.
uh-huh.
And looks like you're still running a generator.
Well, it looks like a generator, but
But
it's
it's
an
not.
alternator in generator clothing.
I see. And would this have been a 12-volt system, or was it a 6-volt?
This was 12 volts.
It was 12 volts originally. Okay.
Yes,
And that's a Packard-developed engine. That is a Packard engine.
it's
right?
a Packard engine.
Wow. It's beautiful. It's like a new '56 Clipper, really.
Well, it is. It runs beautifully. I'm obsessed with the car because it was my dad's car.
Sure.
I have a bond with him still. He'd be 117 years old
Wow.
if he were still alive today.
Well, I'm sure he'd be proud of you for taking such good care of the car.
Well, I think he would be.
And have you had fun today at the Bellefonte Cruise?
Well, this is one of the nicest shows
it?
because you're here.
Well, that is a nice factor, I must say. But it's a beautiful town. I really like this place.
It is. I was born in this town 84 years ago. I graduated from high school in this town. I met my wife in this town. We were married for 53 years, but sadly she passed away
sorry to hear
from
that.
Parkinson's disease. But I like to give her a good word because she rode in this car a lot.
I bet. Well, and all day I've seen people around it. It draws a crowd. But I love it. Love the story. It's a wonderful car. Bill, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dennis.
56 Clipper.
Yes.
Wow. Well, Doug, I'm driving down the street and I see one of these. I'm like, oh my God, that looks like an AMC Spirit. I don't know when I saw the last one of those, and it may have been. This is a '79, right?
That's correct.
It may have been '79 because you just don't see them anymore. And you've had this
Since brand new.
since brand new.
I ordered it from the factory.
Well, that actually in '79, that even was a bold move. AMC was AMC? And you said, no, AMC. I want an AMC and I want this one.
Right.
So why? What's your AMC connection?
I started out with a 72 Gremlin
Okay.
that had a 304 in it,
Yeah.
automatic. And then I bought a 1970 AMX,
Oh, that's a great car.
390, 3.25 horse, four speed.
Yeah.
Well, one way or the other, I was the 11th owner.
Oh.
And
Oh.
I went through a divorce and I got rid of the car.
Uh-huh.
This come on the market and I thought, I like that. And I like AMCs. My dad had a Rambler that got me started.
Right. I always loved Ramblers. And you know, this is sort of like a shrunken AMX, kinda.
This is sitting on a Gremlin frame.
Oh, okay.
It's still the unibody, but the frame is the same length as what a Gremlin was.
Well, now wait a second. The wheelbase, because there is no frame on
Right.
a unibody, but the
wheelbase is the same as
that
the
right?
Gremlin.
Because well, you know, now that you say that, I can kind of see it. At first, it looks longer than a Gremlin, but it's really
It's because the roof's a little bit
okay.
down a little.
So, I mean, I'm astounded because isn't this all plastic?
This is metal.
Okay.
This is plastic to a point. I had to touch this up
Okay.
because this is all chrome and it pitted and
Right.
it's seen one winter. The winter I bought it is the only winter it's seen.
Since '79.
Correct.
Wow. And of course, you know, we had the 5 mile an hour bumpers.
Yep.
By then, which, you know, stuck out another 6-8 inches. And the square headlights, very '79.
Yep.
Man, what's the color? I imagine if you ordered it, you ordered the color too.
Yeah, it's like a metallic blue. When I first got it, I'd set it under those lights to like balls and stuff,
Yeah.
and it turned. If it rained, you could see little purple marks in it.
Oh, really?
There was no clear coat on it.
So it's just
They never put a clear coat on back
right.
then.
It's a
So-
single stage. That's it.
Yep.
So it actually kind of looks like a typical aftermarket sunroof.
Yeah,
but-
because it's not painted to match the car.
Yeah.
They all came that way.
So I mean, that came from the factory like
Yes,
this?
sir.
Wow. Do you use it much?
No.
No.
Nope. I'm afraid that the rubber seal
yeah,
on it
yeah.
will go bad if I up and down and up and down.
Oh, so is it a pop out?
Oh yeah. If you look underneath, here,
Oh yeah.
these pop out of the clips.
Right. Yeah.
Open that up, then pop it out. Then there was a case. It
And
went
you put it
in.
in the truck. Is that glass actually?
That's glass.
Because I saw a label in there like it's safety glass. Wow. And that's factory.
Yes, sir.
And was this the Spirit interior, or was this like a juiced up interior?
This is a standard for all of them.
Really? Man,
Yeah.
They're pretty sporty.
You can get a cloth seat
Yeah.
that came in the GTs or the AMX 79, but the vinyl, they've never been replaced.
So that's the original vinyl too.
Yep.
Man, I'm just astounded. Factory 4-speed.
Yep.
And how about those gauges? I don't recall those.
That was special order. I didn't want the plastic console that wrapped around the gauges and all the way back through with a artificial armrest on it.
Okay.
Even the shifter sat down in that. I didn't want that. So I ordered the gauges only.
What were they? I mean, were they for a Spirit, or were they?
No, they were for a Concord.
Oh, okay. Gosh, and you know, I mean, of course, that's all, you know, plastic fake wood, but it looks great. I mean, I can't believe the condition is. How many miles?
56,000 original.
Man, that is just amazing. Headliner's great. I mean,
Well, the headliner has been replaced. The original one in there, Dennis.
they droop.
dribbled.
Yeah. Well, you know, these things rusted terribly, and,
yeah.
and that's why you never see them. And if you do, they're just a rusted out shell.
AMC, before a car left the factory, they undercoated it. All of them.
Yeah.
Well, this got 2 coats on.
Oh. Okay.
It's Z-barred also.
Oh, so this thing is kind of a plastic car almost underneath.
Just
right?
about.
And then you got the slats, both on the back window and the side windows. They look a little different.
Well, yeah, this is a regular AMC
Factory stuff.
factory.
These.
They're J.C. Whitney.
J.C. Whitney.
And
the good old days.
all they do is pop out. You pull the top out, pull it up, it comes out of the rubber.
Okay. And then were these factory wheels?
No, they're AMC wheels,
Yeah.
right? With the slots
Right.
and the volcanoes on them.
I imagine you put the mud flaps on because
Yeah.
the way this dishes under, that's the other thing, was they were just always sprayed with dirt. They,
Well, you can
pitted.
see it's pitted back in here. The
Yeah.
underside's a little bit. And I just got tired of looking at it that way.
Put on the mud flaps. I like the side markers because that's an AMC logo in there, right?
Yeah. There's a guy out west that's reproducing these.
How many can he sell?
Oh, he's selling them.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, AMC people I found are probably the most dedicated to their mark of anybody, of any owner. You guys are rabid.
Oh, yeah.
Hatchback.
Yeah.
And she opens up. And that's taken up an awful lot of room. Didn't these come with the Space Saver spare?
They did, and I still have it at the house. It's only about that big.
It's a smaller than that, I think. I mean, well, I guess it would be because of the wheel, but it's like nothing.
Yeah, you can see, if I move this, you can see where it goes.
Uh-huh.
But
it just bolts right in there, right. And takes
and
up
it
very
only
little
goes
space.
right here.
Right. And your taillights are in great shape. I just can't believe the condition of this car.
I change bulbs on it maybe every 15, 20 years if I have to.
Uh-huh.
But
well, let's close this end up and go look at the other end. See that special order engine. All right, Doug, let's have a look at it. Oh, it didn't even use a hood prop either. It had actual springs.
Yeah.
304, that fits in there kind of tight.
The biggest motor you could get in 79.
So they came, what did they come with?
4-cylinder and a 6-cylinder on the lot.
But you had to special order this.
Special order the 8.
Now, have you had to redo, well, at 54,000, you probably haven't redone the engine or anything either.
Once.
Oh, you did, eh?
Oh, yeah. I had new gaskets put in it, and it sits for 6-7 months.
Yeah, that's tough on them.
And I never get out and start it. I put a battery charger on it, trickle charger all winter long.
Right.
You know, the other guy said, should start it every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I took all the pollution stuff off of it.
I was going to say, where's all
It
the
has
small
none of
stuff?
that.
Uh-huh. But this is the power
steering?
Okay.
Yep. You had to order that too.
No kidding.
And power brakes?
Well, and dual master cylinder. I think that was a law by then, but to get power you had to order that, huh?
Uh-huh.
I mean, this is the most loaded up AMC Spirit I've ever seen in my life, and it's like the first one I've seen in decades. It's just amazing.
Thank you.
And you know, when you're at a show, do people, I mean, do they not even know what it is?
There's a lot of people. We'll go to a show that young kids are judging.
Yeah.
Have not a clue what that is.
No idea what that is.
Not a clue.
Well, like I said in the beginning, when I was driving by, I went, oh my God, is that an AMC Spirit? I can't believe it. And it was.
Yep.
Not only was it an AMC Spirit, it's the nicest one probably on the planet. Closer back up, Doug. This is just a great, kind of a baby AMX, you know?
Yep.
It's kind of a baby AMX. And you ordered it special, you've had it since new.
Correct.
I love it. Thanks for bringing it out, Doug.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you.
Way cool car.
Thank you.
Well, Tom, I love your car, and I saw it in the sunlight. And was like, oh, this is beautiful. I must find this man. This is a 72 Ford Gran Torino Sport, right?
Yes.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen one in this color.
This is medium gold metallic, and it was one of the factory colors.
Man, it just sparkles.
It is. It's a beautiful color.
And have you? I mean, has it been reshot? That's not the original paint.
It's got one repaint, about 30 years old on it right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it a base coat, clear coat?
Yes.
Okay, well that's why it looks so good still.
Yes.
But you know, your chrome is great too, and there's a fair amount of chrome on this.
Yes, there's a lot of chrome on this car.
Did you have to have that redone?
See, this is a NOS piece. These bezels are NOS, and the bumper has been re-chromed.
Now, is this actually chrome or is that stainless steel? I wonder.
That's stainless.
Okay, so that.
And it is the hardest piece to find for a 72.
I bet it is. The nice thing about that is, you know, you can buff that back up. You know.
Yeah.
And you,
when it dulls out, yeah.
You can buff it back up, and it does. You can kind of tell because it is an ever so slightly different silver, stainless steel to
than
chrome.
the chrome.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And this is plastic, isn't it? Or,
yep, all plastic grill.
And is that original? Because those usually get.
That's the original grill on that car.
That is a massive scoop on that hood.
It is functional on this car.
Oh, man. Well, I really dig the color, and I dig the body style. It's kind of, I don't know, a Coke bottle or something.
Yes.
It's got this bulging back, and I love that rear quarter crease. And I think that this color really brings that out? Because I've seen these in other colors, and you don't quite notice that as predominantly.
It's very prominent on this car.
It sure is, because it's so big that it actually casts a shadow. It
Yes.
looks almost like two-tone. And all this trim, was the original trim on it and everything?
Yes.
So the roof, that can't be the original vinyl. It's just too good.
That got replaced when it got painted. The guy that I bought it from parked it underneath a pine tree.
Oh, that's not
what
good.
ruined the roof.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But that's a 30-year-old vinyl roof, too?
Yes.
Well, you take good care of your cars.
Thank you.
Well, and I tell you, the other thing that caught my eye was just the white interior, because if you put black in this, it would so lowball this car.
Yes.
And white
White
top,
on
white
white.
interior. And
Yes.
is that original, or has it all been redone?
All original in here, Dennis.
Wow. How many miles?
48,000.
How come there's all these low mileage cars here in Pennsylvania? What, don't you guys drive?
Well, because the weather is bad 90% of the time.
We just leave them in the garage and walk.
Yes.
But that's a cool dash too. You got a lot of gauges going on there. And your dash pad looks good. There's no cracks or
Yes,
anything.
I mean, it's a beautiful dash pad for the car.
Yeah, I just can't believe the condition. And this is kind of interesting because it's a bench seat. It gives you a feeling of buckets, but you don't have the fold-down center armrest. You got that
Right.
big, wide. That is
Yes.
an odd design, isn't it? So really big back seat. You can take the whole fam in this thing.
Yes, it was basically an intermediate family car back then.
Yeah, they called this intermediate.
Yes.
It's pretty darn big if you ask me. Also, I like the line on the roof. What'd they call that?
This is a sport roof.
Oh, okay. And what made it the sport roof? It was just
The sloping back window
Uh-huh.
and the short deck.
there's some subtle curves in that window too. Kind of kicks up here, dishes in a little bit there. That's not just a flat piece of glass.
Right.
And it's not just a simple curve either. But again, this rear quarter I think is great. You come back and it looks real Ford back here. You can't
Yes.
miss that. Those are almost Maverick taillights. I never noticed that before, but those are almost Maverick.
Almost.
Or maybe Maverick had Gran Torino taillights. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
But again, like in the light, Tom, this thing just sparkles. It's like
Yes.
it sparkles like a gem. So you say it's a factory Ram Air car. What do you say we have a look at that?
Yes.
Okay. So Tom, is that the hood latch?
Yes, it is.
And that's where it sits. That's how it's supposed
Right.
to be.
It's right sticking out right there.
Holy cow!
Give it a pull.
Oh wow! So that's a factory Ram
Yes.
setup?
It was not used very much in 72.
Pretty rare option.
Rare. They started out with 72 with this being an option, and then early in the year they cut it. So
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen that.
well, there's reproduction ones now, but they're made out of plastic.
So that's all metal, eh?
This is metal.
Oh yeah. So when you stomp on it, that opens up.
That will open up.
And where's it breathe from? Oh, it breathes from over there normally.
Yes, that's
Got
the
it, got it.
breather over there. With the thermostat on it.
So that scoop is open all the time. There's nothing opens there. That's air
Right.
coming in all the time.
Air's going to come through there all the time.
But that catches it when you want it.
Right. Absolutely.
So it's a 390 or what is it?
Oh, this is a 351,
Oh, 351.
Cleveland, which that year they called it a 351 Cobra Jet.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. And a 4-barrel under there, I would imagine.
Yes, yeah, it's an Autolite 4-barrel,
Oh, you got AC in it.
factory air conditioning.
Jeez, this thing was loaded up. So where'd you find it?
This car came out of North Carolina.
I mean, it's solid. Doesn't seem to have any rust. or
No
anything.
rust anywhere on this car.
Man, oh man, oh man.
And
And is this what you wanted, or you just came across and went, "Oh, this is great. I must have it."
well, I was looking for one of these cars with a factory 4-speed and hopefully laser stripes, but I never could find one. So this car came up and I couldn't pass it up because it was so solid.
It's solid, and I think it's beautiful. I just think it's gorgeous. And
Well-
it probably, with that 351 and the Ram Air, she probably gets down the road okay.
It does very well. If you're going 65, the pickup is incredible. From 65 on up.
Just we
Yeah.
get it up into the power band and
Yeah.
off we go, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, it's a big car. What kind of mileage does it get with the
Oh,
351?
Maybe like
17, 18.
maybe 13, 14.
Oh,
Yeah, we're talking. You're a little high on
yeah.
that.
Well, I had that in a Mach 1, and it was a smaller car, I guess. You're lugging a lot more steel around.
Yes.
Well, close her back up. This is really a pretty car, man. Wow. Boom. So are you from around here?
Yes, I'm from Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania.
So you're familiar with the Bellefonte Cruise?
This is about the 3rd or 4th year I've come to it.
You like it?
Yes, I do.
It's a good vibe, isn't it?
It is. It's a very good vibe.
Pretty little town, and people certainly come out for it.
A very big crowd, and this year supposedly is like the biggest year yet.
Well, God love that. Well, I tell you, you got the prettiest 72 Gran Torino Sport in gold and white top that's here.
I'll take it.
Thank
you, Dennis.
Sold. Hey, Bellefonte, Pennsylvania is a really nice little town, and they've got a great show. You ought to check this one out. Very nice.